Hey everybody, I'm checking in from the American Century Championship Golf Tournament, Celebrity Golf Tournament in Tahoe. I've been up here, I think, 5 years in a row. It's always a really good setting. As you can see behind me, I'm right off the driving range. This year, two current 49ers are playing. George Kittle is on the course right now. This is his debut here. He's been offered a spot several years. His wife, Claire Kittle, told me just a short time ago, but George never felt comfortable in his golf skills. I guess he didn't want to be spraying balls all around into the gallery and take out some spectators. But his golf game has gotten to the point where he felt confident that this was year to do it, and so he is out here. And I can tell you this, walking with him for several holes on Thursday, very popular. Steph Curry is here. George Kittle might be the second most popular guy out there on the course. A lot of 85 jerseys out there. Check out my Instagram because the very first autograph he signed, it's the shotgun start. And so he started on the 13th hole, and basically nobody was following him for the first couple holes. But then a couple holes into it, a young kid wearing a George Kittle jersey got his attention. George drove over, signed his jersey, posed for pictures, and then find out that the family is living in London and they came over here, big George Kittle fans, big 49ers fans. And here, this young kid, Halston, met George Kittle and got an autograph signed and photo and everything else. So, kind of an interesting, kind of a fun story. But then after that, then basically every hole was deep with George Kittle fans. And so this was just basically a practice round, a scramble with the celebrities and the amateurs, sponsors and such. And the real tournament starts Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So George Kittle's here. Kyle Juszczyk is back for a second year. So while I'm here, what I like to do is, we get as many interviews as we can with NFL people. A lot of those are already at NBC Sports Bay Area, including on the 49ers Talk podcast. So spoke with Matt Ryan, spoke with Ryan Fitzpatrick, and talking to them about 49ers issues. The team coming off the 6-11 season, Kyle Shanahan, Brock Purdy, what can be expected from this season, so on and so forth. So I think it's really some interesting things. And with Matt Ryan, it's the first time I've spoken to him. He's super accommodating and had a good interview, probably about 10, 12-minute interview for both of those gentlemen. But Matt Ryan, of course, it played under Kyle Shanahan in 2015. And it's what Matt Ryan said was that Kyle Shanahan was a very demanding coach, but he wouldn't want it any other way. And while they might have, not really clicked that first year, the second year was a remarkable season for Matt Ryan as far as, his 117 passer rating, 38 touchdown passes. Falcons obviously go all the way to the Super Bowl, had the huge lead against the Patriots. We know what happened after that. But what Ryan Fitzpatrick and Matt Ryan talked about was just how good of a fit that Brock Purdy is for Kyle Shanahan, seeing the game the way he wants it to be seen, the processing, the decision making, the accuracy, the ability to throw the ball over the middle. One of the things that Matt Ryan, by the way, Matt Ryan, Jimmy Garoppolo was the highest paid quarterback in the league for a very short period of time, and then Matt Ryan surpassed him, I think, about a month later. But what Matt Ryan, who has signed some big money deals, said that the thing for Brock Purdy is just don't try to be anybody he's not. Don't try too hard to be, to be a different type of player. 49ers paid him for a reason. They paid him because they like the way he plays quarterback. And so you don't want to take that away and try to put too much on your shoulders. The ability for Brock Purdy to make the play as scripted, make plays in and out of the pocket. Those are the things also that really is attractive for Kyle Shanahan in that system. So fun to talk to those guys, get their perspective on where the 49ers have been and where they are going, and why both of those guys believe that the 49ers will have a bounce back season coming off the 16-11 year. So to get the opportunity, check that out. 49ers Talk, anywhere you get your podcasts, also here on YouTube. Maybe I'll put the link down below. As far as news, and by the way, I hope to be talking to George Kittle a little bit later, and Kyle Juszczyk a little bit later. But a little bit of news comes out this week where Demarcus Robinson, the 49ers wide receiver, free agent wide receiver that signed from the Rams, he had a court date on, I believe it was the 8th. So what would that be? It was earlier in the week. And he pleaded during that court appearance, pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor DUI charge after police, said he was driving 100 miles per hour while under the influence. He was charged in that situation. That was late November in Southern California. And so Robinson was sentenced to 3 years probation and assessed a $390 fine. It's also required to complete a series of programs as part of the program. And part of the plea agreement was that the charges of driving with a 0.08 blood alcohol content or higher and driving without a valid license were dismissed. That's according to his attorney. So now the ball really goes into the court of the NFL, what they decide to do if the offense rises to discipline. And the NFL certainly is subject to, or they have it within their power to place a suspension or discipline on Demarcus Robinson, which when the 49ers signed him to the contract at the start of free agency, they fully knew the legal situation that Demarcus Robinson faced. And they knew that a possible outcome for this would be a 3-game suspension for a violation of the NFL's policy on substances of abuse. So that's something to kind of keep an eye on. And I would suspect that because this court decision it was finalized on July 8th, with the season still a couple months away, I would think that the NFL would have time to, if they're going to impose discipline, they could do it now before the start of the regular season. So that's something to keep an eye on. But like I said, I talked to John Lynch about this several months ago, and they went into this signing of Demarcus Robinson with their eyes wide open. So if Robinson is out there, certainly in a time when Brandon Ayuk isn't available, Robinson takes on a very significant role in this 49ers offense. But right now, when you think about it, their wide receivers, 1 and 2, are Jawan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall. And I spoke to Ricky Pearsall late in the offseason program at the mandatory minicamp. Physically, he's doing fine. Mentally, he's doing fine. He believes those last 2 games of the season where he really excelled, had the big game against the Detroit Lions. Week 17 had another good game against the Arizona Cardinals. Week 18, each of those games getting into the end zone one time. He felt like that was really a springboard for him for his second NFL season, which in a lot of ways kind of probably feels to him more like his first NFL season. He felt like when the season ended last year, he was just picking up his stride and really feeling comfortable with the offense and everything else. So, his hope is he can stay healthy and he can produce those kinds of numbers that he showed in week 17 and week 18, that he can show those for the 49ers from week 1. So that's just a quick update here from the American Century Championship in Tahoe. Maybe you're out here. Maybe I'll see you. I'm going to be walking the course a little bit on Thursday. Probably won't stick around for when the tournament begins. It's good to get my interviews before the competition begins and guys get their game face on. So again, look for, go to NBCSportsBayArea.com and see some of the interviews I've done. Met up with Justin Reed, met up with The Miz, and met up with the 2 quarterbacks turn analysts that I referenced. Ryan Fitzpatrick, longtime quarterback, 12 seasons in the NFL, now working for Prime Video on Thursday Night Football. And then, of course, Matt Ryan, studio host, or studio analyst with CBS Sports. So that's kind of the quick rundown here as I'm soaking in the sun. Trust me, I have some good sunblock on. And, well, I think that is it for now.